In 2021, in just the United States, Burger King had a top line revenue of $1.8 billion, while McDonald's had over $8.7 billion in revenue. And in this episode of the Project Fortify podcast, we're gonna break down how and why the clown did almost 5 times the revenue as the king as we kick off our War of the Titans series. What's up, people? My name is Kyle Livingston, and today I am your host of today's show. And I want to dig into how you can have almost identical products. In this case, it's a cheeseburger. You got a bun, cheese, meat, condiments, in a paper wrapper, and do almost 5 times the revenue of your competition. Now, here's the deal. I am like through and through a data guy. And so we're gonna break this down to a very granular level. So the King's total revenue for the US in 2021, like I said, was $1.8 billion. Now, they have 7,257 locations. If you do the math, 1.8 divided by 257 or whatever it was, $248,000 per location in revenue on average. Now, the clown's total revenue for the US in 2021 was $8.7 billion with 13,342 locations. Now, you do the math there, they made $653,000 per location. Now, it's not a traffic issue because I drive by BK's all the time and their drive-through is packed. More often than not, when I drive by a clown house, the drive-thrus are relatively empty. So we're gonna break down a few different elements of the difference between the clown and the king and figure out why the clown is actually the real cheeseburger king, and while Burger King is just simply another fast food restaurant. Now let's start with the slogan and how it's marketed to its customers. So the king, what's the slogan for Burger King? Have it your way. Have it your way. The clown, since 2003, I think their slogan has been, I'm loving it. And that's just from an expectation standpoint. The customer comes in, and in the king, they expect a customized experience. They expect it to have it their way. While the clown, on the other hand, they just want you to love it. And they don't care if it's your way or their way. They're gonna standardize a process based on the feedback loops that they've gotten over the years, and you're gonna love it. You're loving it. It's a standardized process. Now, let's talk from an implementation, like a tactical difference between the two chains, just from when it comes to condiments. McDonald's actually uses containers that store each one of their condiments, such as sauces, which are dispensed pulling a lever in pre-measured amounts, right? So they walk in, put the bun under, it's done. Burger King, on the other hand, stores their sauces in plastic bottles, just like you have at your house in a Heinz ketchup bottle, and it's spread manually by the crew member who's assembling the burger. And it really boils down to this. BK is reliant, the king is reliant on its people, and the clown is reliant on its process. Now, if you haven't seen my last episode where I broke down the differences between manual labor versus process, go check that out right over here. Now, I want you to ask yourself this question. When it comes to your business, where are you missing the mark when it comes to building out a bulletproof or simply a more efficient process? Where are we manually spreading condiments when a lever that spreads them for us would do just fine, maybe giving us the same result, but in a more consistent and cost-effective way? So I want you to ask yourself this question: where are you spreading condiments inside of your business versus being able to just pull a lever and it be done? I would imagine you have a lot of things that you can do to simplify the way that you actually do your business and automate and process out a lot of it. Because the biggest difference between these two, even though their hamburgers are both horrible, the biggest difference between these two is the clown has a process and the king does not. And so what separates them and what allows the clown to do 5 times more revenue in just the US alone, you extrapolate this globally, oh my goodness, it's like 10 times the revenue globally between the two. Now, we've determined it's not a traffic issue because they're both full. We've determined that it might start with how their customers have expectations coming into them. So have it your way versus love it. Where are you in your marketing giving your prospects, your future customers, the sense that they get to have whatever they want? They get to get whatever they want, and you're not the one helping them get to what's best for them. You're giving them whatever they want. Now, that's in marketing. So how are you showing up in a marketing sense to where people are coming in expecting to have their way, expecting to get what they want, versus you telling them in marketing that what you get, you're gonna love. What you get, you're gonna feel like it's awesome, okay? You can take that all the way through sales and everything else, but where's the process that you've built out, the customer journey that you've built out, taking away from the fact that your process is what's carrying the business and not the people? Now, I wanna get really, really clear here, because a business needs both process and people. McDonald's, the clown would not be the clown if it wasn't for the people, if it weren't for the people working there. Now, I want you to think for a second, when I say somebody who works at McDonald's, what goes through your mind? Give you 3 seconds. Okay? When I say, hey, what goes through your mind when you think about people who work at Burger King? Give you 3 seconds. Probably the same types of people. They're probably the exact same people. I would say people who work for the clown also work for the king. Same people. But they run them through a process that turns them into a burger making machine. The people, it turns the people, the process turns the people into a burger making machine on one side of things. Everything down to how they put the condiments has been thought through. It has been, it's had thinking time. It's been meticulously looked at and said, can we make this more efficient? Here's the caveat. There is a big difference between efficient and effective, okay? Big, big difference between efficient and effective. So I want you to look at where can we be more efficient without losing effectiveness? Where can we go in, be able to pull levers for condiments, and it doesn't change the taste of the burger. It doesn't change the way the burger is eaten. It is the same exact end goal, end result, in a simply more effective and more efficient way. I have seen people go in and try and create efficiencies in every single piece of their business, in every little pocket and corner and everything. And because were so focused on being efficient, they lost sight of being effective and everything burned to the ground. So you have to be able to have a happy balance between how can we make this more efficient without losing the effectiveness, right? What are things that we're doing? Like for me, for an example, one of the things that I've done to make my life more effective is I have a mouse for my computer, and on my mouse I have programmable buttons on the side of my mouse. Those programmable buttons allow me to be more efficient without losing any effectiveness. And so I get a +1, right? It's not more efficient and less effective, it's more efficient and just as effective as hitting copy paste or copy, control C, control V, or command C, command V, whatever it is on your computer. My mouse is allowing me to be more efficient, same effectiveness. And so for you inside of your business, start looking for the inefficiencies and the ineffectiveness inside of your business. If you have something that's very effective, how can you make it more efficient without losing the effectiveness? And one of the ways that we've done that for every client we've ever worked with is you gotta have some type of a cockpit to drive, some type of a computer system, some type of something that shows you everything that you need to have in your business at a glance immediately, that's reliable. And for most CEOs and most visionaries, what they're looking for and what they need to be able to find those inefficiencies in their business or things that are being ineffective in their business is you need a dashboard. You need something that you can go in and look and say, man, how are we doing in marketing? How are we doing in sales? How are we doing in nurturing our leads? How are we doing in fulfillment? How are we doing in finance? And you need to be able to get to it at a glance. And you don't need to pull up 37 spreadsheets that are colored in 75 different colors that are literal seizure-invoking spreadsheets. You need a simple way to look at this to where you understand the data is reliable and you can begin to look at the ineffectiveness and inefficiencies in your business at a glance. And the best way I've found to do that is dashboard. And so what we've done is we've actually partnered with a gentleman who used to be the head of Siri at Apple. And I had him go in and rebuild from the ground up a very, very efficient and effective dashboard that you can integrate into any business in under 5 minutes. Even if you have no technical skills and no technical knowledge, you can have this dashboard integrated in 5 minutes or less into your business right now and have an entire roadmap, an entire cockpit of your business that says, hey, I'm ineffective, I'm inefficient, literally yelling at you on the screen. So you can go and be like, hey, how can we make this better? How can we get cheaper cost per lead here? How can we make more money per customer here? How can we actually go out and take the money that we're spending in over here that's not being effective and move it over here in a place that's being effective? And so if you guys think a dashboard is gonna be the thing that helps you, like I have found to help so many CEOs and so many visionaries today, go to visionforvisionaries.com. We've built one out for you. It's totally free, visionforvisionaries.com, and it'll give you everything that you need to get this dashboard integrated into your business within 5 minutes of clicking the download button. Even if you have no technical skills and no way of understanding how to connect all of this stuff, it's made it very, very user-friendly and very, very simple. So if you want to go to visionforvisionaries.com, grab your dashboard today so you never get lost in the weeds of your business. You can pull out the things that can be more effective, and you can find ways to be more efficient at a glance without having to dig into the weeds. Visionforvisionaries.com, and I will see you guys in the next episode. See ya.